In 1965, a quiet, overweight man walked into a hospital in Scotland and said something that sounded impossible. He told the doctors he wanted to stop eating. Not for a few days, not for a week, but for as long as it took to reach his ideal weight. The staff smiled politely. People came in all the time with extreme dieting ideas. Most lasted a day or two, a few made it to 5. Nobody made it longer than that. So they agreed to monitor him, mostly because they assumed he would just give up by the weekend. His name was Angus Barbieri. He weighed 456 pounds, and on that first night, as the hospital lights dimmed and the silence settled, nobody could have predicted that Angus was about to attempt one of the longest, strangest experiments in medical history. The first few days were miserable. Angus later said that the hunger felt like a living creature, clawing, screaming, begging to be fed. But by day 3, something unexpected happened. The hunger vanished. His body had entered deep ketosis, burning through his enormous fat reserves like a furnace. Doctors kept testing his blood, waiting for signs of danger. Instead, they watched in disbelief as his numbers stabilized, and Angus kept going. By day 20, he had lost over 30 pounds. By day 40, he was smiling, joking, and even helping around the clinic. News of the man who stopped eating began to spread. Some people called him brave. Others called him insane. Reporters asked him what his secret was. He just shrugged and said, "I'm not hungry."
And by the way, my name is Jabril. I'm a pharmacist based in the UK, and I publish interesting and fascinating news in the fields of health and well-being. If that's your kind of thing, then consider subscribing. Let's get back into the video.
At this point, the doctors tried to convince him to stop. Fasting this long wasn't supposed to be possible. Textbooks said the human body would break down. Organs would fail, but Angus insisted he felt better than he had in years. So they compromised. He could continue, but only under strict medical supervision. He was allowed black coffee, tea, sparkling water, and vitamin supplements, but no calories, not one. Weeks became months. Month 1, then month 2, then month 6. Angus hadn't eaten a single bite of food in half a year. He had stopped producing stool entirely. His body consumed everything. He moved back home and returned to the hospital every few days for checkups. Everywhere he went, people said he was shrinking, changing, becoming almost unrecognizable. Yet he insisted he had more energy than ever. By day 300, he had lost over 250 pounds. Doctors began to worry again. His blood sugar would sometimes fall dangerously low, numbers that would have put someone into a coma. But Angus stayed alert, walking, talking, functioning normally. His body had adapted in ways science still struggles to explain. Finally, after 382 days, more than a full year without food, the medical team decided the fast had to end. They handed Angus a small breakfast, a boiled egg, some bread, and butter. He sat there for a long moment, staring at it. Then he took a single bite. After more than 12 months, it was the first solid food to enter his body. He later said, "It tasted absolutely delicious." The official records show that Angus Barbieri dropped from 456 pounds to just 180. He kept the weight off for years, living a completely normal life. And the bizarre part, he said the hardest part wasn't the fasting. It was the eating again, convincing his body that the experiment was truly over. Doctors today would never allow a fast like this. It was dangerous, unpredictable, and entirely dependent on Angus's unique physiology. But this case remains one of the strangest, most extreme demonstrations of human metabolic adaptation ever recorded. A man who didn't eat for 382 days and lived to tell the story.